All right, and we are live. What is going on, all of you amazing gamers out there in the world? I am Mega Amster. Thank you for checking out this live stream or video after the fact. Whether you're watching live in the chat or not, or watching the VOD, thanks for being here. Appreciate you taking the time, and special live stream or video here because, of course, as of this recording, the June 2024 Nintendo Direct will be airing. And so I figured, you know what? Let's get a quick, hour-long live stream prediction going on to maybe predict what we could see. Now, just to preface, gonna try to keep this relatively grounded, because if we only keep it grounded, it's not fun, right? Most of these predictions will not happen, but sometimes it's fun to just kind of throw things out there. But also got to keep in mind that we are near the end of the current Switch's life. And they've already said there's not going to be anything about the Switch successor, so that's why it is the free space of no Switch 2 here. So do not expect that in the slightest. But, you know, that doesn't mean we can't see remakes or remasters or anything along those lines. Like, that is totally fair game. So we will see what happens here. But just make sure we're good on the back end. We are good. Shout out to everybody watching live right now. But yeah, so we're gonna jump in here and, all right. What is going on with that music text there? Hold on, give me a second. Give me a second. No, I gotta adjust that. That's gross. All right, hold on. Hold on, we gotta fix that. It's gonna bother me. It's gonna bother me. Nah, well, I'm not gonna bother. All right, too bad, deal with it. Anyways, so yes, we're gonna talk about what's happening at the Direct. Now, this is a full-on Direct. This is not a partner Direct like it was in February of 2024. That was a partner Direct, whereas this is a straight-up shout out to Jeff Keighley for posting literally everything. And he's going to call the Summer Game Fest 100%. It is a full-on Nintendo Direct. 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern. That is the plan as to what's going on. Now, we'll see what happens. I'm just going to get rid of these because it looks gross. And I don't really care. I have the credits later. Yes, so we can predict first party, we can predict third party, we can predict indies. We're going to see a combination of all of the above. Now, let me get the elephant out of the way. I'm going to be taking a massive gamble on this, and I understand that. And feel free to call me out in the chat or the comments on this. I think it's prime time. I think it's prime. Like, listen. I know it's very contentious right now. It is the last big game that was announced. Literally, we just passed the 7-year anniversary of this game getting announced with a logo at E3 2017. Nothing else. It got rebooted in 2019. That was 5 years ago. I think it's time, and I've been going back and forth on this in my head because I'm like, okay, let me think. They said it was going to come out on the current Switch. Now, Nintendo can do whatever the hell they want. They could make this a cross-gen title for the current Switch and the Switch successor. I've seen that idea thrown around. They could make it exclusive to the next Switch. Totally possible. They could also release it on the current Switch, and I honestly think they will. I think they're going to. Retro has been cooking. Now, here's the thing. I've also heard discussions about, oh, maybe they're going to do Prime 2 and 3 HD. Totally possible. I think that could totally happen, too. I think it's either going to be one or the other we hear about tomorrow, not both, but hey, that would be great. That would be a blowout of Metroid news. But I really do think it's Prime 4 because, first of all, if they wanted to line it up, I think they could line it up for this year, which I know might sound crazy, but we're all in disbelief this game exists anyways. I feel like if Prime 2 and 3 were a thing, I feel like we would have seen it already. I mean, Nintendo, notoriously creates games and holds them close to their chest and releases them when they want to, but I still feel like we would have heard about them. So I feel like Prime 4 is primed to be shown. Now, the thing is, with Prime Remastered coming out about a year and a half as of this recording, you know, that was a great game for Retro to get back into the game and say, okay, it's been a bit since we did Prime 3, the Prime Trilogy, you know, we did the DKC games, let's get our feet wet again with Metroid Prime. Went back to the first game, and it's also a fan favorite to get fans excited again for Prime, make it look better than ever, show what potentially the new engine could look like for Prime 4. And then they hit. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm banking on it. Don't forget, Nintendo's usually better keep it secret. Oh yeah, no, 100%, 100%. That's exactly what I said, Neto. Yes, they are. Good to see live in chat. Hope you're doing well. Yes, they keep a lot of secrets. So Prime 2 and 3 could exist. Prime 4 could also exist. Or well, we know Prime 4 exists. It doesn't seem like it does, but it does. I think they're gonna do it. It's possible Prime 2 and 3 are a thing, but even if it gets released on the second Switch, I feel like they would have spaced out the releases. It's possible that they don't, but and I know I'm banking on a lot, but I think it's gonna happen. And if it happens, bro, I'm calling it. I'm calling all the shots there. I want to believe. Oh, I need this. I need a 5x5 here. Well, it's at least it's supposed to be oh, maybe it'll just be. Oh, you know what? Here we go. I'm banking on it. I think it's definitely not out of the question that it won't show up. There is a good chance it will show up tomorrow. There's a good chance it won't show up tomorrow. Who's to say? Now, I'm going to go out on a crazy limb. Hear me out. Y'all going to think I'm crazy. You're all going to think I'm crazy. I got to go big. I got to go big with this prediction. Because here's the thing. If we look at the past few releases for Metroid, granted, Prime Remastered was an exception. That was a shadow drop out of nowhere. They had that one ready for years. We know about that. So they were just waiting for a shadow drop to drop that right in there. But the last few Metroid games have always released in October. Both, okay. Dread was definitely October. I think Samus Returns was October. Definitely correct me if I'm wrong. It was right around that time. I think they could be lining this up. If it's coming out this year, I don't see it being like a big November game. I feel like they might have something else instead of that. I know some people said it could be the big holiday game. Metroid's never sold that well. Now, this is probably going to end up being one of, if not the best-selling Metroid game, just for how notorious it is at this point. At least I hope it is. People buy the game, assuming it looks good, which I'm sure it will. But I'm going to go out on a limb. Y'all can call me out for this. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say it's releasing in October this year, and they're going to have a big blowout with gameplay and everything tomorrow. Because that would get people hyped. People are dying down now that the Switch, well, not fully dying down, but you know what I mean? A lot of people out there on YouTube, I'm calling y'all out, who say like, oh, like we're just waiting for the next Switch because they don't care about what comes out, right? Which they shouldn't be like that, but that's the case. Give it a big blowout. October this year, it releases in 4 months. That would be hype. That would be a really prime, pun intended announcement. Could be crazy. I totally get that. But I'm doing it. That's the one I'm going to cement. Now, what other first-party predictions could we see? Please let me know in the chat, too, if you're here. Definitely throw out predictions for first-party stuff. All right. I'm thinking Zelda, right? I'm trying to think about what Zelda thing could be shown. Honestly, I don't know what Mario thing would be shown, unless it's like Mario Baseball. I could see Mario Baseball, but I'm trying to think of like anything else that would be shown for Mario. But Zelda, I'm trying to think. 2D Zelda, new or remake? Okay. Neto, what do you think's more likely? 2D Zelda, like top-down 2D Zelda, or Wind Waker Twilight Princess HD? Because I'm also going back and forth on it. I mean, it's been however long since Link's Awakening remake, right? Could Grezzo be working on another remake? I honestly don't know if they're remaking the Oracle games. I know that's been a rumor thrown out there. I want 2D personally, but I'm debating if they do finally do Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. I think it's one or the other. I'm curious to know everybody's thoughts on that. I want to lean 2D, but at the same time, I don't know. I think the Wii U remakes would be... Well, so not necessarily, because here's the thing, Neto. This is, like we talked about before, Nintendo notoriously holds on to games and keeps them a secret forever, right? Oh, that actually reminds me. Oh, what is it? What's the rumor? The Fire Emblem remake? Like, is it Genealogy: The Holy War? Is that what people are teasing? I think that's what people are teasing. There we go. Throw that out there. I think that could happen. Anyways. But yeah, that one's been talked about for a long time. Fire Emblem will be cool. I mean, it's been, what, a year and a half since Engage? This has been rumored for a while. I feel like it's real. I would love if they brought back the Echo's name, too. So I feel like that's going to happen. This is the prime time, going back to what I was saying earlier, for Nintendo to release smaller projects or games that like aren't necessarily going to be saved as a big one for the next Switch, right? So no 3D Mario, no 3D Zelda, no Animal Crossing, no Splatoon, right? No Mario Kart. Those are all going to be saved for the Switch successor. Engage was January 2020. Right, exactly. Okay, that's what I was thinking. So probably too soon for a new Fire Emblem, I would guess. But there's been these rumors about like an Echoes of Genealogy, the Holy War, bringing that back. If you remember, they released Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valentia literally right after the Switch came out. It was like, I think the middle of 2017 they released that game on 3DS. So like that would be a good one for them to release, just to have like a stopgap for and be like, all right, well, Fire Emblem fans, here you go, let's enjoy this. Like I could see that happening. I don't want to say that's a small project, but you know what I mean. Essentially games that you wouldn't want to save for like the launch of the Switch successor. We're going to start to see some of those. So definitely some remakes, definitely some remasters, and the smaller stuff. So I think 2D Zelda is totally on the table. Now going back to Zelda, I see what you're saying about the remakes, but I also think this is the perfect time to release them. If they were going to release them, like now is a great time to. But 2D Zelda would also be good. I don't know, man. That's such a tough one. I'm going to put Zelda. I'm going to come back to this, because I do think we're going to see either Wind Waker and or Twilight Princess. Probably at least Wind Waker. Or a 2D Zelda. I think we're going to see one of the two. I don't know, though. I'm going to put a placeholder for now. I'm going to come back to it. All right. Yoshi, probably not. Oh, okay. So here's another thought. Feel free to lob out ideas too in chat. I want to consider all of your predictions as well, because I'm totally going to be missing some games. So definitely keep them coming in chat. We're focusing on first party for now. Probably make that like a third to a half of these games. I think this would be a good time to release another Warriors game. I do think it would be a good time. You know, well, Koei Tecmo's working on another Dynasty Warriors, but they could also have been working on another crossover with Nintendo. Now we've gotten 2 Zelda Warriors. We've gotten 2 Fire Emblem Warriors. In fact, the last Warriors game was Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, right? Which was 2022. That was 2 years ago, right? Definitely correct me on that. You're going to say another Warriors? Okay. I'm also going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to very much go out on a limb here. But, and I mentioned this in chat the other night, I want to will this into existence. We could definitely see another Warriors game. I want to will this one into existence, because I'm thinking, all right, you've done 2 Zeldas, you've done 2 Fire Emblems. What's another franchise that would work well for it? I personally think that story-based games work the best for Warriors games. Now, that's not to say we couldn't see like a Kirby Warriors. That would be freaking awesome, honestly. But I think we could see it. I feel like Xenoblade would work so well for the Warriors genre, and Xenoblade is the most popular it's ever been. I think we could see it. You know what would be great? I just thought of, let's do an Animal Crossing Warriors. Imagine. I think Xenoblade would work. I would buy that. Well, assuming you didn't have to, well, now I'm thinking, because like you probably would be spoiled on the other games, but I'd want to play it. But yeah, I think Xenoblade Warriors. Give Xenoblade fans another game. I think that could be it. Definitely let me know what Warrior game you think could show up in the comments below. But that would be another good one to release now, right? Nothing that's like super crazy hype, but like enough for certain fans to do. All right. I got to get more remakes and remasters here. Xenoblade X. See, here's the thing, Neto. I was thinking about Xenoblade X. That is one of the last Wii U games. I don't know if they're going to do it. This would be a chance to get the game to be popular enough again. I will eat my words if it ends up being Xenoblade X, but I'm back and forth about whether they're going to do that or not. You know what I mean? I mean, honestly, like, wait for the Switch successor, which will hopefully have better network infrastructure, considering that's a big online game, and promote it there, I would say. That's what I'm leaning towards. So I don't know if they're going to release it on the current Switch. It'd be really cool if they did, because that game deserves more love, but I'm going to lean towards Xenoblade Warriors. I'm going to lean towards that. Now, remasters and remakes. I do this one like every time, guys, but I have to do it again. We're going to call remaster. I have to do it again. I have to throw it out there again. I know. You're all going to laugh at me. I got to throw it out there. Listen, this would be the best time for it. This would be the best time for this game. Like, literally, if you're going to do it, now's the time, right? Try to get that game another set of legs after the 3DS launch. Give it the stick controls and not the stylus controls, and it's perfect. People keep asking for this. We heard that rumor about the Bandai Namco remastering some game. GameCube NSO? No. I'm going to tell you right now, GameCube NSO is probably not going to happen. So here's the thing. let's address that while we're here, actually, because I'll put NSO here. There will be NSO updates, but I don't think there's going to be a new system. Personally, I don't think there'll be a new system just yet. Now, they have confirmed they're carrying over the Nintendo account from the previous Switch, the current Switch, to the successor. They have confirmed that. That is going to happen. So we're going to get all these old NSO games on the new Switch. However, I don't know if now's the time to drop a new system. They could, but they could also... PS1 NSO, there we go. That'd be funny. Sony would be like, nope. GameCube might show up, but I think they're gonna save that. They're gonna put that in their pockets for the successor. I think that could be a good way to be like, hey, by the way, subscribe to our new service on the Switch successor. Unfortunately, it's probably gonna raise the prices, but I think that or DS are good ways to get people resubscribed on the new system. I don't know about Saturn NSO, because they have the Genesis. Dreamcast NSO is totally possible too. I just don't know if they're going to do a new system now. You know what I mean? Like, they could because they're carrying over it, but I just personally am leaning towards no. However, listen, we have existing systems, right? Last time we just got a bunch of rare updates, a bunch of rare drops on NES, Super Nintendo, N64. It's time. It's time. Come on. Come on, Rare. Come on, Nintendo. Give it to me right now. It's time. I think we will get more games shown, like new updates. We just got Game Boy, so probably not Game Boy with all the Mega Man drops, but I do think... I think Smash 64 is also very likely. I think it's going to be one of the... Well, Diddy Kong Racing, I don't know if it's likely. Smash 64 is definitely more likely. I feel like that's got to show up at some point on the N64 NSO. But I want to believe in Diddy Kong, man. I want to believe in Diddy Kong Racing. So to answer your question though, I don't know if I'd say Saturn NSO is out of the question, because I mean they've already done the Genesis NSO, like do more Sega consoles. I feel like Dreamcast is more likely. A new 99. Because the last one was F-Zero. I mean, it's been what, almost a year since F-Zero 99 launched. Maybe? I don't know about that one, Neto. I didn't think about that. What would you say would be another 99 they would add if they were to add another one? A year, pretty sure? Yeah, it's been just about a year, right? That sounds right. I don't know if I'll put it on the list. If I'm looking for stuff, I might come back to it. I just don't know what they would do. You know? Definitely throw out some ideas that you have in the chat if you want to have more 99 games. All right. Diddy Kong Racing NSO, manifesting that. Let me think of remasters and remakes. I got Fire Emblem, I got Kid Icarus. I gotta come back to the Zelda one. Other first party stuff. Could they do... Honestly... maybe they will do Mario Baseball. I feel like Mario's a given, but like, we had Super Mario RPG Remake, we had Paper Mario Thousand Year Door Remake, we've had Mario Wonder, we're not getting a 3D Mario yet, we're not getting a Mario Kart. Mario Party still feels too soon after Superstars, but it's possible. They could do Superstars DLC, but eh. We've gotten Strikers, we've gotten tennis, we've gotten golf. Baseball's like the big missing one. Yeah, put Mario Sports. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like Mario Sports, because it's been... Well, hold on. It's been, what, 2 years since the Strikers game? Was Strikers the most recent one, or was it golf? Like, it's been at least a couple of years since that, too. You know what? Mario's talking about... That's also possible. I never predict those games because I never know like the timings with the Olympics, but definitely possible for sure, Neto. That's a good guess there. Did they release the same year? Were Strikers and Golf both 2022? That does sound right in my head, so maybe. But hey, you're only missing baseball. Watch it be like Mario Basketball. I mean, that'd be freaking sick, but... Oh, it's in a month. Oh, wow. Okay. So, I mean, they could definitely release one like holiday this year. I gotta go a little bit out on a limb. I do think that's a good prediction, though. The Mario and Sonic at Olympics. I think that's a good prediction. I'm gonna go with baseball to be a little more out there, because that way, if I get it right, it feels better. All right, let's get a few more first parties in there. Third parties are easier because there's so much to pick from, but I'm thinking first party stuff. All right. This one I'm struggling with because I've been thinking about Kirby. We had Forgotten Land in 2022. That was 2 years ago. We've had Return to Dreamland Deluxe last year. Oh, Super Rush was in 2021? Or was Strikers? No, Strikers wasn't last year. No, that was 2 years ago, right? But it was a year before. Okay, for some reason I also thought they were together. What could they have Kirby related? I feel like there could be totally something Kirby here. Strikers was 2022. Okay. So yeah, it's definitely time for another Mario Sports game. A Kirby plushie. There we go. I'm just trying to think. Ooh. I feel like it's time for something Kirby, right? Doesn't it feel like that? We had Kirby's Dream Buffet. We had Return to Dreamland Deluxe. We had... I don't know if they would do another 3D Kirby right now. I feel like it feels too soon for 3D Kirby, right? Maybe not Kirby. Yeah, no, I would also assume no Pokemon. The only exception would be like if there was like Scarlet and Violet DLC, but from what I understand, they're done with that DLC. So I think we can rule that out. So I will also assume no Pokemon. Correct, Neto. Some people might say, oh, what about Pokemon on Game Boy NSO? Possible. But I still feel like they would do that in their own presentation, so I agree with you. I don't know about Kirby. Man. Oh, you know what? It's time. Listen. We had Starlink back in, 2018? This is a good shot, right? Okay, let's think about it. Nintendo released Star Fox Zero very close to the end of the Wii U's life cycle. Obviously, it didn't turn out so well. I think instead of rehashing 64 again, try Assault. Assault, fan favorite. Fans love Assault. Now, you also have a sect of people who love adventures. Let's not do that. Let's do the actual Star Fox game, please. Listen, do a remaster. It's a lot safer prediction. They want to bring back Star Fox somehow. Do a remaster of it. Do a remaster of Assault. It's another beloved GameCube game. Nintendo loves to release GameCube games. Hey, Pinata, good to see you live in Shadow Funeral. No. Sorry, nope. No Jet Set Radio there. Although I will put Sonic later. But yeah, I think Star Fox Assault, perfect time for it. All right, I definitely don't want to do more than 3 more first-party predictions. But I'm trying to think of what else I could do. I'm just trying to throw out placeholders here. Probably not. I don't think we would see both Assault and GX. But I feel like there's got to be something cooking for Star Fox. You know what I mean? I feel like there's got to be something. Like, we got F-Zero 9. There's got to be something. Show more Splatoon content? Like Splatoon... I mean, yeah, that's a bit of a safe prediction. Like, the new season, for sure. I think they're done with all DLC, because they had Side Order. They had the 2 waves. So I think they're done with DLC for the paid stuff, but... I'm not going to put that on here just because it's a very safe prediction. They'll probably show off whatever the next season is for Splatoon 3. All right. No Animal Crossing. Get the Mario in there. We're going to have to go back to Zelda. I'm struggling now. It's so tough because it's like, what do you do? You know what I mean? We're so near the tail end of the Switch's life cycle. It's like, what else do you add? Oh no, they're done. Well, at least they're done with the announced paid DLC. They did the 2 waves already, yeah. The first wave was the Ingopolis Tower from Splatoon 1, so it didn't really feel like a DLC, but no, they did that. And then Side Order was the second wave of DLC for the paid stuff, but there'll probably be some stuff on the upcoming seasons. Oh man, am I missing anything? I don't think we could get another Yoshi, but I don't know. I don't think we're... Oh, you know what? Okay, you know what? Hold on. I was thinking about this one. Listen, we're gonna see a lot of remakes. We're gonna see a lot of remasters. I'm sure that's gonna be what the majority of the first-party content here is. Listen, we got Tropical Returns. We're probably not gonna get a new one. I don't think 3D Donkey Kong is happening on the current Switch anymore. I will eat my words if I'm wrong on that. Bring over Returns. Returns is a fun game. There's also been discussions about Luigi's Mansion 1, but I feel like we're just getting 2s. I feel like that's too soon, you know? What else am I missing? I could throw Mother 3 on there, but I really don't think that's happening at this point. I mean, I don't know. Mario Galaxy 2? I like your thinking, but I'm going to go with no. It's not out of the question, though. It's not out of the question. Probably not, but could happen. It's definitely not out of the question. Like a separate re-release because it wasn't a Mario 3D All-Stars. Totally possible. What are some existing Nintendo games right now? Princess Peach. I'm trying to think if there's anything they could add DLC for, right? Especially like games released in the last year. I don't know. Mario All-Stars again! 4D All-Stars, let's go. Oh man, I don't know. I'm struggling, I'm grasping at straws. Is it Chibi Robo time? Oh, imagine a Chibi Robo. I guess now would be the time. Am I missing anything obvious for first party? All right, I got the Metroid in there, don't you worry. I'm struggling, man. I'm struggling. I'm grasping at straws. You don't think so? There's gonna be something obscure. They're gonna have, I have more third-party stuff off the top of my head. There's gonna be some obscure stuff there. This would be the time to do it. You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna throw Chibi Robo in there. I'm gonna Chibi Robo Zip Flash. Oh, you know what? Nah, you know what? You know what? I'm doing a lot of HDs because we got a lot of remasters in there. You know what? Let's do the GameCube one. I was about to piss off Chibi Robo fans and do Zip Flash, but we're not gonna do that. Is there another Mario spin-off that could be remade? Well, they just did Mario vs. Donkey Kong 4 months ago, right? So otherwise I would have said that, but we already crossed that off the list. All right, I think this is probably gonna be good for first-party stuff because the third-party stuff we can get really wacky. And honestly, sometimes I enjoy predicting the third-party stuff more because it could be like literally anything. All right, let's revisit some of these. Zelda. The main debate is if it's a 2D Zelda or if it's Wind Waker HD, Twilight Princess HD. I really want to say 2D Zelda. I really want to, because I want to manifest that into existence. Wind Waker HD might be more likely, but I want to go. You know what? Let's do it. We're going for it. I'm gonna say new 2D Zelda. I'm gonna go out on a limb, and that way, if I'm right, it'd be even better. You know. And Neto, I know you said that as well, so shout out to you for saying that as well. I really want it to be a new 2D Zelda. That would be awesome. I'd be very hyped for that. And that's also not a game you need to wait for the Switch successor to launch with. You know what I mean? The next 3D Zelda should be saved for the Switch successor, of course, but a 2D one? It's probably not going to make as big of a splash, but it would still be an awesome announcement. Honestly, I'd prefer that to 3D Zelda. Personally, I know that's a hot take, but that's what I would prefer. All right. So here's the thing. Kirby. I feel like there will be something Kirby related. Prefer over the remakes for sure. Yeah, same as well. I would love that. I mean, new games over remakes are always preferable. Well, usually preferable, right? Not always, but... I don't know what to... Because here's the thing. They could do another remaster. They could do like a Planet Robobot or a Triple Deluxe. I could see them doing that. Ooh. Is this too crazy of an idea? Hold on. Is this too crazy of an idea? Is this too crazy? Am I getting crazy? I'm getting a little too gung-ho with the HDs, aren't I? But then again, it's like, I think we should expect mostly remakes and remasters here. Like, I don't think we're not going to see a new 3D Kirby, at least I highly doubt it. It could be another remake of another game. But honestly, you know what? You know what? This kind of shoots in the face of the GameCube NSO idea. But I don't even know what's going to happen, to be honest. Yeah. I'm going with Air Ride. You know what? Screw it. Screw it. We're going full in on the HDs. We're going to do an F-Zero GX HD. It's time. I can always go back and refine these. I'm just literally trying to think, because like for most of these, Chibi Robo's the crazy one. Honestly, the most likely out of all of these is probably DKC Returns. But I'm just trying to think, because like I think this is what we have to prepare for. I think this is what we're going to see. We're going to see a lot of HD remakes and remasters. You know, I think that's what we're going to see. You know, I've got how many of those on this list? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like I don't think that's out of the ordinary to say that with the spot we're in with the current Switch. I don't think that's out of the ordinary. I'm definitely debate in the chat or the comments if you think otherwise. But you know what? I'm gonna leave it there. All right. We're gonna leave it there for Nintendo first-party stuff for now. If I missed anything obvious, definitely correct me in the chat before I move on. But in the meantime, I will move on to third-party and indie stuff. Now, let's get the very likely ones out of the way. It was leaked that this game is coming soon. I think the team themselves said that Dragon Quest III HD 2D would get more news soon. Could be wrong on that. Definitely correct me if I'm wrong on that. I think we're definitely going to see that. This is the prime place to show that. And you know what? I'm going to say it's coming out in Feb of 2025. February is a very Square Enix month with a lot of their previous stuff, like Octopath, I believe is... I think Octopath 2 was in February. I think Triangle Strategy before it might have also been February. They love that like time frame of the year. I guess... I'm trying to remember release dates in my head. Was Bravely Default 2 in January of the year came out, maybe? Yeah, it was. Okay, I think February is a perfect time for it, right near the beginning of the year. And I think that's when it's going to release. Could also be this year. Be better if it was this year, but I think I think this is the most likely prediction that I've said here, is Dragon Quest III HD 2D. Triangle, you don't know Octopath 2? Okay. Maybe I might be getting a mix up with Triangle Strategy, but I thought it was also a February game, but we're going to leave that there. All right. Let's get another, probably pretty likely one out of the way. So here's the thing. Last year, Sonic Superstars got the reveal trailer at Summer Game Fest, and it got another trailer showing the Switch version at the Nintendo Direct that summer. So I think we're going to get another Sonic Cross Shadow Generations trailer. Now, we already know the release date. We already know about a bunch of levels and bosses. The question is, if we're going to see something new, is it going to be a new level, or is it going to be a new boss? Remember, because you kind of rushed Fire Emblem Engage to get... Right, okay, because they came out back-to-back, the two RPGs. Yeah, so that makes sense, Neto. Yeah, all right. So I think that's a good time frame for Dragon Quest III. I know that's going to be a little later than fans might want, but that's what I'm going to throw out there. Here's the thing. What do we got? We've got pretty much 2 Sonic Adventure 2 levels. Ballsy, Neto, ballsy. Oh. You know what? Yeah. You know what? Yeah, we're gonna do it. It's time. I'm gonna throw it out there. It is time. It wasn't at the Xbox showcase. You know what, Neto? Just for you. And you know what? Because it makes sense. I think it could be time. Imagine this Direct has both Prime 4 and Silk Song. This would be like the absolute swan song Direct for the current Switch. That'd be crazy. But I don't think it's completely out of the question. All right, Sonic Cross Shadow Generations. We know about, 2 Sonic Adventure 2 levels. We know about a Sonic Heroes level. And we know about a Sonic 06 level. So I guess we've only seen 1 boss. We know about 2 bosses. I don't think they're going to show off the hub world. I think they're going to save that for one of the last trailers. And they're not going to want to show that on Switch. So what could we see? Oh, you know what? Yeah. I was talking to, shout out to Dylan, talking to him over this weekend about it. I think we're going to get a level based off of Prison Island. And considering what they're doing at the Arc level, it could be a combination of White Jungle from Sonic Adventure 2 and Prison Island from Shadow the Hedgehog. I think that's what we're going to see. If it gets announced that it's White Jungle, I'm going to take that as a win. All right. That's my prediction for that game. If Capcom's going to show anything here... You read my mind, Neto. You read my mind. They're not going to show Monster Hunter Wilds because it's not coming to that system. Well... Oh, no, you know what? No. I take it back. I'll save that one for later if it happens. I don't think this one's completely out of the question. It's been a little over a year since the Battle Network collection. This is the next one on the list. I know they got this. They got Star Force. I think it could be this one. As much as I would love an X9 or even a 12, do another collection. And this would be great. I would probably buy this one when it launches because I hear great things about those games. You know, you do the 2 Legends games. You do Misadventures of Tron Bomb. Throw that in a collection. Listen, it's got to be time for something Mega Man, right? Now, I would pop off for an X9. There's more than one. Yeah, so there's 2 Legends games, Neto, and then there's Misadventures of Tron Bonne, which is kind of like a spin-off game of... I don't know if it takes place after the first, or I don't know. I haven't played the games, but yeah, there are multiple for sure. 2 main ones and a spin-off. So, throw it in a quick little collection, and people would buy it. I'm also going to throw this out for Bandai Namco. Very poorly aged after I just streamed the original GameCube version. But listen, I'm going to throw it out there into existence. Pac-Man World 2 Repack. Fighting Game Collection was revealed on a Direct. Yeah, they've had a bunch of Fighting Game Collections. I mean, that's why I'm kind of like Power Stone Collection. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Well, actually, no, we talked about this. You know what? I'm going to throw it under there. Hold on. It's only on Switch for now. Gotcha. We talked about this, Neto. They haven't done a 3D fighter collection, right? Because I know there's like multiple games they could throw in there. So it's not just Power Stone. Like they could loop Power Stone in there. No, not yet. Listen, we're going to throw that on the list. I know I got 2 Capcom collections on there. I don't care. We're going to leave that there. Let's go with those. I feel happy with that. You know, that way, it's not just Power Stone. It's like we get a bunch of other games as well. Now, if it is revealed to be only Power Stone, I'm counting this as a win, all right? Because it's a 3D Capcom fighter. Right, Rival Schools, yeah, and Star Gladiator. Those are like fan favorites, so throw those in with Power Stone, 1 and 2. And Street Fighter, yeah, that would be a great collection. That'd be awesome. Love to see that. And I don't think it's out of the ordinary. I don't think it's out of the blue. All right, we got an indie game there. Are there any other big indie games that they could show? Maybe indie games that didn't come to the Switch? We could see like ports of random games too. I'm trying to think. All right, I gotta put this one into existence. I have to. I know it's not gonna happen. This is one of the obligatory ones I have to include. I'm sorry. Honestly, a collection of the first 2 games is probably more likely, but man, go right to 3. Give me Sonic, give me Bayonetta, give me Amaterasu, give me Beautiful Joe, go crazy with it. Love it, would love it. I mean, if Monolith Soft is waiting to work, because they help develop those games, if they're, you know, working on the next Xenoblade for the next Switch, I mean, they could also be assisting Koei Tecmo with Xenoblade Warriors, but also, you know, all I'm saying, think about it. All right. This is looking like a very calm, collected prediction list. What do you think? What do you all think? All right, I am open to suggestions for other third-party stuff that I'm not thinking of, because the ones I always default to are like Square Enix, Capcom, Bandai Namco, Sega. Those are like the 4 I always default to. But I'm trying to think of what else we could see. Other indies too are welcome as well. I'm trying to think of other stuff. Lego. Oh. Well, no, it's gonna be too soon for that, but they could show off Lego Horizon. That would be interesting. I don't know if I want to predict that though, because I don't really know enough about it. What about? Ooh. Hold up. What about Xbox games on Switch? Because obviously we know more games are going third party. Is it possible? Is it possible? Just gonna throw it out there. I know there were data mines about it potentially happening and maybe not. I don't know, but I think if that was gonna... No, Nintendo's not gonna allow for a Game Pass Cloud app on Switch Netto. I think that dream's kind of dead. But there's gonna be certainly other Xbox games that come to Switch. My other thought was Psychonauts. But Hi-Fi Rush might even be more likely. I'm gonna leave it there, because why not? Alright. It's probably gonna be Psychonauts, but who's to say? Too bad you'd love to have it. It'd be great, yeah, but Nintendo would not love to have it on their system, that's for sure. You know, it'd be really funny, although the mobile one's not good. Yeah, I remember I used it years ago when I first got Game Pass, but you know, it'd be really funny. Hold on. This is a stupid prediction. Imagine it took them 7 years for them to drop Netflix on the Switch. Is it okay? Is Netflix on the Switch? First of all, let's confirm. I know this was a meme. Netflix is not available to Nintendo. Okay, let me specify. This would be so funny. I'm gonna put it here as a troll because I think that'd be so funny. 7 years, they finally release an app on the Switch. That'd be great. Considering they have what, Hulu and YouTube. I think that's kind of it. They don't even have Discord on there, but they're not gonna do anything with that. Trying to think of any other safe predictions. They have Twitch. And Twitch and Crunchyroll, but they don't have Netflix. I remember that was the meme about it. It was like, oh, there's no Netflix app on the Switch. They drop it now. Just wait. Then again, why would they announce that in a direct? I don't know. That one is subject to change if I think of anything better. Oh, I love this remix so much. All right. Gerudo Valley Hype, shout out. I'm trying to think of other indie games, other... You know what? This one actually is pretty... You know, I just thought of this. Because in the Devolver Digital presentation, they said Plucky Squire is still coming out this year, but obviously it wasn't in the presentation. Maybe it was being saved for the Nintendo Direct. Honestly, that's probably what it is. Now, when would that game come out? You know, I'm going to say August. We're going to throw in August out there. There we go. There's another indie game in there. Devolver said that game's still coming out this year. Yeah, I literally just remembered it. Because they said it was still coming out this year, but there wasn't a trailer in this presentation, so that means there's got to be a trailer somewhere else. What better place to show it than the Nintendo presentation? I think they had a trailer for it last year at the last Nintendo Direct as well, I believe. So, well, not this year, but last year's Nintendo Direct. I'm struggling. I'm trying to think of other third-party stuff. I just don't know a lot of other third-party stuff. Anything from Software? Elden Ring on Switch? I don't know. We got the Xbox on there. We got all the Capcom, Bandai Namco, Sega stuff. I'm trying to think if anybody can think of ideas. I need at least 2 more. That, oh my god, imagine it. Imagine it was just on Switch and not PC. I don't know if I'm gonna predict that, but that'd be so funny, Netta. That'd be hilarious. Damn. I'm trying to think. Samus in Fortnite. No, they're not gonna have that. What about Ubisoft? Well, they just had their Ubisoft Forward. Overwatch new season trailer didn't drop today. You're gonna say that? Okay. Is Overwatch 2 on Switch? Because the first one was, right? But it was 2 on Switch. Anything else? Activision Blizzard. Oh, bro. Oh, I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. I almost forgot about this one. Because here's the thing. I thought this was gonna get announced. We know this is happening. Oh, it is on Switch. Cool. I knew this. Okay. We pretty much know this is happening. And supposedly 2024. You'd think they'd show it off in the Xbox presentation, but they might have been like, you know what? It's better suited for a Nintendo audience, which it probably is. But, Okay. I'm just trying to think of what specific. Do I want to go even more specific with this one? Do you want to do a release date? I could do like gameplay for it, but I think this would be the place to announce it. I think this would be it. I almost forgot about Spyro. Ooh. What could they have? Because I could do do a release date guess, but you know what? This is gonna be a weird prediction, very specific, but gotta make some of these more fun. Shout out to Jared. I was talking to Jared about this a little bit ago. You mentioned, was it Spyro Entered the Dragonfly or Year of the Dragon, one of those games that apparently people hate, but there's a really cool mechanic with elemental breath types. I wonder if they're gonna make a new Spyro game, introduce that mechanic back in. Listen, very specific. I'm probably not gonna get that right, but it'd be cool. All right, I need at least one more good third-party indie prediction. Definitely feel free to let them come in the chat. I am very open to suggestions here. I'm trying to think of anything else. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Lego would be interesting, but I don't know what else they would show off. Besides Horizon Adventures, which is definitely possible. Is there anything obvious I'm missing? Anything obvious? The next DLC character of Disney Speedstorm, maybe? They already announced Inside Out characters, I think. I was going to guess that. That'd be a good guess, but I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything super obvious. Probably nothing Metal Gear related. Although, hold on. Well, okay. When did the Metal Gear Master Collection launch? Do you think it'd be too soon for Volume 2? Would it be too soon for Volume 2? News on the movie projects? I feel like that might be too soon, Neto, but that would be a very Nintendo move. Just Miyamoto. Hi, this is Miyamoto. I am making a movie. But I feel like it might be a little too soon. Alright, now you know what? Listen, probably too soon from Volume 2 Mass Collection. However, oh, duh. Another obvious one that's been in the back of my mind for years now. I was thinking Castlevania. I'm like, what could they do Castlevania related? We have the GBA collection. We have the NES collection. Bring on the DS collection. Now's the time. Let's do it. It's time. All right. But yeah, I feel like with the movies, I just feel like it might be way too soon. You know, because they already shared some social media stuff about it, but like they're not gonna have anything ready to show for those. I don't think. I mean, it's possible. I don't know, but it is an interesting idea. Neto. It's an interesting idea. These collection problems, touchscreen. Do those games? Well, so here's the thing: we have games that utilize the touchscreen that are on Switch, right? Not necessarily the best, but we already have those games. For example. The World Ends With You, right? I know people say the thumbstick control isn't the best. I don't know. I've never played any of the DS Castlevania games. I don't know how well the touchscreen is an element there, but there are ways to get around it. just like there would be if they did the Kid Icarus Uprising remaster. So I don't think that negates any of that happening, because a lot of these companies will try to resell those games in the collections, get it off the original hardware, and just rework it, right? So I don't think that rules this collection out, personally, but they'd have to do some reworking for sure, depending on how well implemented the touch controls were in those Castlevania games. Not Konami. I mean, Square Enix did. I don't see why they couldn't do it. Maybe they'll make it so it's only Switch to handheld mode specific, but I think it's coming. I think they'll do it. They'll find a way. Those collections sell well enough. I think they'll find a way. But it is Konami. That's correct. But I still think they could put in some effort there. We'll see. See, the one I'm revisiting is the Netflix app on Switch, because how would they announce that? You know what I mean? I feel like that would be a weird announcement, but it could be a weird oddball announcement to have in there. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I can think of for third-party stuff? Oh, you have to draw spells on the touchscreen? Okay. I mean, they can map that to the right stick, right? Okami's another example. Like, I think... Well, no, that's... Okay, no, that's the Wii one. Sorry, not Okami Den on DS. Yes, I see your argument there. However, I don't think that still rules it out. You know what I mean? I don't think that completely rules it out. Definitely, it could put a roadblock on it, but I don't think it rules it out, personally. Okami. Yeah, no worries. Because I was saying, yeah, I know Okami's Capcom. Right. Yep. I got you, Neto. But I don't think this is 100% out of the question, regardless of having to rework the touch controls a little bit. What is Konami? All right. I'm debating if I want to get rid of that Netflix app on Switch, because that is a really stupid prediction, and I don't know how they would announce that in Nintendo Direct. Are there any other third-party predictions, indie predictions that people could think of? I could use another indie one. I've only got 2 indie predictions, and we know there's going to be some indie stuff here. But I'm trying to think of, like, what... I know there's a bunch of anticipated indie games, but what would show up in a Nintendo presentation? Game even just goes because the touchscreen is out of it. Right. It's not out of the question. It's just for sure. It definitely impacts the chances of it happening. I agree with you there. No, Konami doing it doesn't put it out of the question though. Like I know we joke on Konami doing like being shitty. Granted, they've been doing the most with games that they have done in a very long time, but I don't think just having it being Konami doing it makes it out of the question. It doesn't reduce the chances to 0%. You don't trust Konami? Well, to be honest, that sounds like a you problem. But Konami's also just not great. Oh, you fell asleep? Hey, definitely don't stay awake too long, Pinyan, if you have to. Listen, yeah, I don't think the chances are super high, but I think we could see it, right? I'm not trying to say it's a guarantee or anything, but I understand your argument, for sure. It's hard to have faith in Konami as of late, but there seems like they're doing more stuff. We'll see. All right. I don't know. We're shitting on Konami? No, the Konami shitfest is over now. I'm just trying to think if I want to keep this Netflix app on Switch. I feel like that doesn't make sense to have it on Nintendo Direct, does it? Here's another company. Changing controls are small. Konami's 10 times smaller. For sure, Konami's probably less, but I don't think it's as small as you think, personally. But then that's there and then. We've talked enough about that. I'm just trying to think of another third party. Does anybody have any indie game predictions? Are there any like really popular indie games that haven't come to Switch yet? All right. Oh, Pinata, don't worry. That's on the list. Hear me out. Hear me out. Did they say they were working on a Switch version of that? Why do I feel like they announced a Switch version for that game? Oh, Genshin Impact. You know what? Do we got a bingo on the Switch 2 announcement? Well, that's the free space. Oh, sorry. Let me, There we go. You know what? I like the Genshin Impact one. I forgot they announced because they announced the Switch version of it, and it was revealed at a direct, and like all this time later it shows up. I could see that's a very Nintendo move. I could see that. I like that prediction, Neto. All right. I think we're gonna leave it there. I think that's gonna be it. We got a full 5x5 bingo sheet now. Of course, we got the Switch free. No Switch 2 is the free space here. We've got. Listen, I know I'm really banking on Prime 4. I think it's time. I think both Turnip Boy games are already on Switch. Oh, gotcha. Okay. I also don't feel confident enough predicting any of that because I just am not familiar with the games. Listen, October 2024. Full send in it. We're going to see. Fire Emblem Remake, I'm going to say September 2024. Genealogy the Holy War, it's time. Let's do it. New 2D Zelda. Throwing that out there as well. Probably not going to happen. Xenoblade Warriors. Throwing that out there as well. Not going to happen. Kicker Uprising Remaster. Would love it. We'll see. I think we're going to get some kind of NSO update. I'm going to say Diddy Kong Racing because I want that one. I'm going to try to manifest it into existence. Mario Baseball. One of the only previous Mario sports games we haven't gotten on Switch yet. Kirby Air Ride HD, Star Fox Assault HD, F-Zero GX HD, DKC Returns HD, Chibi Robo GameCube HD. We're getting all the HDs in here. All the remasters are coming along. Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D. This is probably the most likely scenario. And I think February 2025 would be a good spot for it. Hey, Doodle, good to see you live in chat. Hope you're doing well. Mother 3, listen, I thought about it, and I thought about it for you too, because I know you got Lucas as your profile picture. I'm sorry, I think that ship has sailed. I would love it. I almost threw it on there. I think, I don't know. I'm not feeling it anymore. It could happen. It'd be awesome if it did. Don't know if it'll happen. Sonic Cross Shadow Generations. We're going to see a Prison Island stage. Very specific. Silk Song. It's time to get it again. Mega Man Legends Collection. 3D Capcom Fighter Collection, including Power Stone, very specifically. Pac-Man World 2 Repack. Throw that one out there. I don't know how well the first one sold. It's been a couple years. Project Crossing 3. This is mandatory. I have to include it every time. Hi-Fi Rush on the Switch. Kind of was data mined, but might not happen. Dang it. It's possible. It's not out of the question, Doodle. These are just my thoughts. Genshin Impact. Shout out to Neto for that one. That's actually a good prediction. Plucky Squire. We make a new trailer for that. I'm going to say it's releasing in August 2024 because Devolver said it's still coming. I think we're going to see the new Spyro game here. Gimmick is going to be Elemental Breath styles, like some of the old games that people don't like, but it's going to be there. And then last but not least, Castlevania DS Collection. Mother 3 ain't happening. It's more possible to get a Nintendo game on Steam than Mother 3. I would disagree with that, but I don't know. Who's to say? They already have it on the Japan's NSO now, so they could make a big deal out of it and localize and bring it to the Game Boy Advance Western NSO. I'm going to say no, though. All right. I think that's going to do it for the predictions bingo list. This is quite the reserved bingo list. I don't know about you. I think it's very reserved. Like, come on. Silk Song? Guaranteed. All right. So here's what we're going to do. 30 cards for free. All right. I need someone to... No, I need the PDFs, bro. Give me the PDFs. There we go. All right. I need a number between 1 and 30. I need a number... Definitely not Baldur's Gate 3. I need a number between 1 and 30. The first person who puts a number 1 through 30 in chat, that's who I'm picking. 17. All right, Pinata 1. All right, let's see. Sorry, Netta. Pinata beat you by a second. All right, this is it. This is the bingo sheet I'm going with for tomorrow. This is it on the left here, number 17. All right, so let's see. If we get all these GameCube remasters and a new 2D Zelda, that's a bingo right there. Silk Song Dragon Quest 3. Honestly, this diagonal on the right, not horrible. That actually might be my best chance. If Silk Song, I think Silk Song has a shot. Listen, only a few of these. The ones I'm most confident in are definitely Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D. Honestly, and you're going to call me crazy for this, I think Prime 4 is one of the most likely predictions I have here. As well as probably some Sonic Cross Shadow thing. Maybe Mario Baseball. We'll see. Fire Emblem Remake. We will see. These are always fun. But that is going to do it for this live stream tonight. I'm going to So watch it. I mean, I have a separate stream at 8 p.m. Eastern, which it is now that I want to watch on the side. But okay, so here's the plan. I know I said I wasn't going to be around to live react to this as it aired. However, changing that up, I am not going to go into the office tomorrow. I don't have any meetings at 10 a.m. Eastern when the direct airs. So you know what? Fuck it. Gonna react live to it tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. I will be here with you all if you're interested to live react. I think it'll be fun. So that'll be tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern. That thing starts. Probably go live like maybe 5 minutes before it starts. Also, tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern, I will be back with more Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door remake. Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern, I'll be back with more Minish Cap. And then originally, okay, so I was going to do Persona 5 this weekend. However, I don't want to start Persona 5 just yet. I want to save that for a little later in the year. So instead, I was able to thankfully get some codes for a couple of different games. I have a poll up right now on the community tab of the channel for what game I could start streaming this weekend. It's between Animal Well and Pepper Grinder, two acclaimed indie games that came out this year. So go vote in that poll, and whichever one wins, I will stream this weekend. I'll probably end the poll on Friday. So definitely vote in that if you want to decide which one I stream this weekend. So that is going to do it for this predictions live stream / video. Thank you for watching. If you did, however you did, if you're live in chat or not, or watching the VOD after the fact, listen, I appreciate you all being here. Especially shout out to everybody. Very special shout out to everybody live in chat. Neto, Pinata, thanks for dealing with my random crazy predictions here. Doodle, thanks for jumping in here real quick. For a last minute stream, I appreciate you guys coming through very last minute. And hey, if you're interested, next stream will be reacting to the Nintendo Direct tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. Like I said, I'll be going live probably 5 minutes before that thing starts. But with that, thank you all again. I'm just going to cut it off here for the video version. So thank you all again so much for watching and for your input with these predictions. And I will see you all later. See you tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for your input. I appreciate it. Makes it more fun. See ya.